Hi, I'm Melanie Conklin, the author of Counting Time and Every Missing Piece, and I'm back with another craft video today. I want to talk about how to get unstuck. Everybody gets stuck, and kids ask me about this all the time in virtual visits. They want to know, what do you do when you get stuck? Because it's a pretty big moment and very important to have some plans for so that you can handle it when it arrives. So how to get unstuck when you're writing, whether you're writing a fresh draft or whether you're revising, getting stuck is going to happen at some point or another. The first thing I do when I get stuck is some self-care, because sometimes you're just not ready to write and you haven't gotten yourself set up for a productive writing session. So I like to take a purposeful timed break. I don't just walk away and get lost in whatever else I'm doing. I either note the time on the clock or I set a timer and I give myself 10 minutes. And I will do something purposeful in that 10 minutes. I will not think about my work. I will go for a walk with the dog, or I will get some rest, lay on the couch with my eyes shut for 10 minutes. I can sit and meditate where all I'm thinking about is my breathing and kind of purposefully putting other thoughts out of my head. But a nice focused, even 5 to 10 minutes of rest can really help relax your subconscious and reduce any anxiety or stress you're feeling so that you can work. In addition to taking a time break, I like to make sure that I eat something or drink something. It's really easy to sit down and be so eager to get to work that you don't have a glass of water with you. It's important. You got to take the break. You got to get something to eat. You got to have something to drink. That's like putting gas in the car. The car is not going to go unless you put gas in it. If I've rested and refueled, then sometimes I will take a 10-minute break where I read some mentor texts. I'll say to myself, well, I've lost bearing on what I'm doing. I need to take half an hour. I need to read 20 pages of a mentor text that I've been using as reference while I'm writing. And sometimes just stepping into someone else's story for a little while can help loosen things up. I also really love to read a craft book. So if I'm like around the midpoint and I cannot crack it, then I will get out my craft books and I will read several different things about midpoints. And when you read about other people's thoughts about writing craft, sometimes it can really trigger some ideas. And that's good. I mean, isn't that what we teach our kids and students, is that if we need information, that we go and look it up and we study the information and then we use it in our work. Writers, we need to do that same thing. So read a craft book, that might get you going. Listen to music, sometimes having music on, taking some time to dance, going outside, all of those things can kind of help you relax and get the energy flowing again. And once you've kind of done all those self-care things and you've refilled the well and you feel primed for work, what I like to do is interrogate myself. So I'm going to ask you guys some questions and you can think about these questions. These are the kind of questions I ask myself just to get things going. What does my character want in this scene? What does my antagonist do in opposition? Does my character know what the antagonist does? What is a secret my character is hiding? What are 3 layers of emotion my character is feeling right here? What do they regret? What are they hoping for? How are they disappointed by what happens? How are they surprised by what happens? What setting do we need to revisit? What characters do we need to see again? And then ultimately, what happens next? Sometimes when I step back and just ask myself, stop worrying about how to start a chapter or how to start a scene or what dialogue to write, and just say to myself, so what happens next in this story? And just kind of free write and remind myself, then I'm unstuck and I remember and reconnect with what I need to communicate to my readers next. I like to collect these kind of story questions whenever I'm reading craft blog articles or somebody's book. I will collect these kind of questions and sentences, and I'll just keep a list of them. And if I get stuck, then I can go back to those. And if I read through a list of questions, at some point, one of them is going to click, and it's going to make me start thinking, and I'm going to have an idea. So that's what I recommend. Take care of yourself, get yourself prepped to write really well, and then ask yourself some questions and see what answers you find. Happy writing.